Bum, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 ba da 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 da, bam, bum, bum, ba dum, bum, bum, ba dum, bum, bum, ba dum, bum, bum, ba da da, dun, da 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 dun, da da dun, dun, da 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 da. How's it going, everybody? It's Toki time! Welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations. Look at this! Oh my god, the title screen changed to match the case we're on. How's it going? Cosmic, welcome, welcome. Yuma, hi, how's it going? Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I'm so sorry. I wanted to stream Splatoon 3 this weekend. Unfortunately, I've just been busy with a lot of things, and I have some things that I wanted to get done for VTuber stuff before next week when Zelda comes out. And I just realized Zelda literally comes out next week. Like we're just a tiny bit over a week away from Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I have so much to do, so much to see. And also, there's so much of this game left. Like, we're still... Okay, I need to actually jump into the game. We're still only on the second case, the second section of the second case. And there are like 4 or 5 cases in this game. And the time to beat is like 24 hours. Oh, I love the investigation music. There he is. Oh, little edgy boy. But I had a lot of stuff to do over the weekend that I wanted to get done before next week, because I think it would be cool to like start off a brand new game with some brand new things. So unfortunately, that meant I had to spend this weekend doing that instead of playing Splatoon like I wanted to. But Splatfest was awesome. Oh, I'm so sad I couldn't experience Splatfest with everybody. Because oh, I forgot this guy. I'm pointing at you like a gun. But yeah, the grand festival in Splatoon 3 was so good. It's like the best final Splatfest they've done. They had the whole thing set up like a festival venue with like 24/7 concerts with all the idols doing their songs and choreography. It was really cool, especially because, fun fact, in Japan, they actually do Splatoon concerts in real life, quote unquote real life. Like they have the characters holographically projected on screen, but they're all mocapped. So they have like the actual dancers and singers and live bands, and they perform the songs in front of an audience in Japan. And I think that's so cool. And it sucks that I'll never get to see it live. However, Grand Festival was cool because they had the lobby, the game lobby, set up like an entire festival thing. So you got to see the concerts play out like they would in real life. Also, I just noticed the sound's a little bit loud. Okay, anyway, we need to get this game done because there's not enough time between now and next week when Zelda comes out. I'm probably gonna have to alternate between these two games. I don't know, for some reason I always feel like, I have to finish a game before I move on to another game. Otherwise, if I'm doing 2 games simultaneously, especially if they're 2 pretty long games, then I end up taking forever to get them done. But we're probably gonna have to alternate between this and Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, because they're probably both gonna be long games. Like, this is 24 hours long-ish, if you're reading everything out loud, and also taking the time to talk to an audience of 5. Instead of playing the game. And Echoes of Wisdom is like an open world Zelda game, so that's gonna also take a long time. Anyway, oh yeah, we have Wario, the somewhat vaguely Italian, vaguely French, vaguely Eastern European man who likes to point at you with a gun. And we have Camille, who wears no clothes. Anyway, what did I have to do? Didn't I talk to everybody already? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, we unlocked the way to the gift shop. I just realized the autoplay button's on. Whoops. She doesn't. It's so weird. Because like the other stewardess wears reasonable clothes, and then Camille has like shing, every single part of her outfit cut in half basically. So this is the in-flight shop. This is like the poorest excuse for a gift shop I've ever seen. What do we have here? What do we have? We have 3 ties. We have some crystal statues, which I guess is okay. We have some fancy necklaces. We have 3 statues of varying sizes. We have an entire, one single set of Matryoshka dolls. That's amazing. Word baller, I heard famous in California. She's wearing like a vest. She's wearing like, oh my God. That's like already a pretty short skirt. And then also it's cut up. Like they have like the gap on the sides that makes it seem even shorter. Also her, like, okay. Ace Attorney is no stranger to making like sex appeal based characters. But like her top goes all the way down. Like I don't think there's ever been another character where the cleavage is that visible, where it goes like all the way down below. It's quite a mess in here. That it is. You think? I think I'll have to clean things up then. Tee-hee. That's a joke. Hold on! You can't clean up a potential crime scene! Imagine if she just walked into his finger. Ow! Oh, thank good. Stares at camera. Oh, thank goodness. I hate cleaning so much. Spoiled myself on the case. How dare you? I've been spoiled on like a few character designs because I feel like everybody always talks about these games a lot. So I've seen all the cover characters, I guess. I know Edgeworth's dad is in one of the games. I don't know which game it is, but he's in one of the games. So that's, I keep clicking off the screen and I have to click back on. I mustn't rush things here. I must remain cool, calm, collected, and most importantly, cool. Because this piggy bank was left at the crime scene. There is a very good chance that the killer had paid this place a visit. Begin investigation! Really? How could you tell, Edgeworth? Nothing happened here. Why are you... I don't like the way she's facing the camera. Don't look at me like that. Tell me about the outside. Ah, can't look out the window. Beautiful flowers and a beautiful arrangement. I feel cleansed just by looking at them. Well, you're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, excuse me. Okay, can I look at the flowers on the floor? Is that illegal? What is this? It's so hard to, like, actually get the thing to look. Inside this display case is a row of lifesavers and vests for sale. They sell those? They don't just have them for free? We sell a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something. But some people buy them even when nothing's going on. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one? I sense that the shop is one shopper away from being sued. Okay, let me look at I want to look at these brochures. Can I look at the things on the floor? Is that not allowed? Show me this. What are these? Oh, those are our company's complete original line of suitcases. I practically fly out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see how you like it. You won't regret it. Perhaps that's how things work on this flight. But in the real world, you try, then buy. I never purchase things without wearing them for at least 8 hours. No way! But either way, it doesn't really matter. True. Either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they boarded the plane? Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Captain Yugo heads painted on there. Cute company mascot, ain't he? They're painting him with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach. Huh? Oh, I guess there's no fooling your fine days, huh? You look like you really wanted to get one. And I thought I was gonna finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. That's done though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay? What?
I never showed any interest in it to begin with.
It really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? This suitcase was designed by Miss Rhoda.
Miss Tenero designed this.
Yeah, it was a company-wide contest.
Well, it does have a very sharp design sense.
Sharp, like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe. I really have no idea what that guy's design to go with that. It's so meh.
With the big wide open mouth. Miss Tenero designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected.
Ugh! Oh, Jesus Christ.
It attacked me!
You okay?
I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Meal. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation. Here.
Here, I'll put it back. Okay. Suitcase. Oh, wait. So what are my thoughts so far? What do I have? Broken glass. That's interesting. So we have broken glass from the glasses in the elevator, and we also have broken glass from the display over here. Send me back to my mind palace. The murder weapon was the statue, which is probably from here because there are like a bunch of statues here. And our final thought is suitcase. Planes shaking cause it to roll. In-flight suitcase displays can be hazardous. I wonder, also, you have one of these dolls. I wonder what that's going to be relevant to. Tell me about these dumb dolls.
Stuffed toys, just like the one Miss Meal is holding, are on display here. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly.
How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? You know, you want one too. They're great for when you're stressed.
Why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that? She seems like a very evil person on the inside.
Oh, we have more things in the display.
There are all kinds of luxury name brand merchandise for sale in this display case. And they're lined up in such a manner as to scream, "Buy me," to any passers-by.
Oh, that's it. Tell me about couch.
The glass from this display case's door is shattered all over the floor. And it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually, I think there is something. What's this? A mini captain's hat. I swear I've seen these ones before.
These captain's hats? Interesting. A mini captain's hat? Wait! Okay, here's my insane... Okay, wait, check this out. Here's my insane theory. So she's the murderer. And what happened was I don't know, maybe wait, I can inspect this, right? I should inspect this. There's only like a little bit of blood on this. She either put that statue or just something in general inside one of these stuffed animals and then hit him on the head with it. This is the evidence. She's holding it right now. And the captain's hat is covering the head of the creature where the blood is from when she used it as a blunt instrument to murder the victim. And when she was doing it, she missed once and caused it to hit this cabinet. That's why there's a hat inside of there. Give Cammy such a voice to make her dialogue Miles like she wants. No! How dare you, evil.
Miles would never. He is married only to his job and to Mr. Right.
How many other things can I look at? This one.
There is a wide selection of souvenirs for sale here in these display cases.
You know what I suggest?
Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip.
Okay, how about you buy something for me then, as a present?
I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to buy you anything.
I had my eye on that pen for such a long time.
Try paying some attention to me when I ask you something, and then we'll talk.
Okay, I think I have to... So first of all, I want to inspect this because I don't think I got a chance to before. I looked at this. I looked at this. The camera doesn't... Or the phone doesn't exist yet. I haven't inspected this, actually. I think there's like only a little bit of blood on it because she was concealing it inside the bear.
There's some blood on one of the corners. Could this piggy bank be the murder weapon?
Interesting. That's it? That's all you have to say about it? Go you.
It says, "Go you airlines." You know, I've seen it occur a lot recently, and it's been bothering me greatly. But why do some brands think it's acceptable to simply smash two words together and call it a day? Seriously? Facebook? My space? Instagram? Ridiculous! I hate all of these companies. Disgusting.
Okay, that's it. I think I need to... Okay, I want to talk to you first. How much about the shop? You can still ask me about whatever. Let me present you this. Miss Rhoda says piggyback on the shop, right? Don't you find her a tiny bit suspicious? Don't you find her a little bit sus? I mean, what if she self-reported? Ace Attorney music is so good. Did you know, here's a fun fact about Ace Attorney music. Did you know that they get a new composer for every game? So every game's music has its own unique flavor and style to it. Isn't that cool? Like, I'm pretty sure every soundtrack is new. Other than like the reused songs, obviously.
I don't think I can say either way yet. There's not enough evidence to convince me that she was lying about anything back there.
Turnabout Sis is really good. Are you sure about that? Interesting. Do you know anything about phones? What's that? Are you gonna give it to me? Oh, I'm not supposed to accept any presents. Unless they're really worth something. Sus? Sus? Extremely sus? Do you know anything about the... Actually, wait. Can I show you my badge? Oh, I love to have this piece of jewelry. Can I have it?
No, you may not. This is a prosecutor's badge.
Pooey, why'd you show it to me?
I wanted to prove to you that I really am a prosecutor. And that it's not possible for a prosecutor like me to commit such a crime.
It's really good. It's a really good sprite. She's just dead. Oh my god! It's the ring! It's Ringu.
I see that I'm just wasting my time here with Cousin Hair.
Oh my god. Is that a Addams Family reference to Cousin It? But they couldn't use Cousin It, so they had to change it to Cousin Hair. So like, it's... They're already 2 steps away from the reference, so it's not gonna make any sense to anyone. Okay. Tell me about the victim. Nothing. Tell me about this photo. Nope. Tell me about grape juice, quote unquote. Whoops. Tell me about refueling. Like I said earlier, I was the one answering people's calls when we were filming Gen 5. And Mr. Hex was in his seat at the time.
What time was that again?
He called around 5 a.m. You're sitting around then too.
I do recall people calling for service at around that time. Even if this turns out to be a waste of time, I must stand firm. I just know that there is a vital clue or two waiting among me.
Oh wait, I just had the Among Us brain rot moment.
Waiting among us, awaiting me here in this shop.
Tell me about... Nope. Tell me about her. Oh, I forgot I can't present profiles in this game. It sucks. Okay, I think I need to... Oh wait, wasn't there... Couldn't I zoom in on these suitcases or... No, okay. So I need to go into my mind palace and think of something. Maybe his cousin just has really long hair, maybe.
Tiny captain's hat.
Oh wait, is the statue actually supposed to have the hat? I assumed the hat was just from the bear. I guess that makes sense then. Okay, fine. I guess the hat is just from the statue. Beep. Boop.
I must use my brain cells. The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see.
I don't know I think I just assumed that it made sense that the piggy bank would have had a golden hat to go with it rather than the regular hat that goes with the stuffed animals.
I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from this display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get at it?
Bada-ba-ding. Really?
Don't tell me you don't know what things go where in this shop.
Well, I don't. Miss Rose is in charge of this place. So come on, how should I know anything?
I sense that further inspection of this display case is needed.
Oh, zoom in. Okay, now we have to find like a contradiction here.
I won't rest until I've inspected every sus-looking nook and cranny.
Okay, so obviously, the question is, was the piggy bank actually taken from there? Or did this break when it was being used as a murder weapon? Also, I want to look at these Matryoshka dolls.
Is this the same man as the one portrayed by the statues around the elevator?
Yeah, that's a paperweight, founder of Go You Airlines, Mr. Hugo Hughes. We don't know what Matryoshka dolls are in this universe. On the bottom shelf is where we have the cute one. The middle shelf is the realistic one. On the top shelf, that's the floral version of the man.
Floral? Are you sure about that? Let me guess. You just said the first thing that came to your mind, right? Looks like hit the bullseye. Me, Miles Edgeworth, looks like hit bullseye.
Looks like hit the bullseye. Oh, that's it. That's the whole shelf. Okay, tell me about right shelf. He doesn't have anything to say about right shelf?
Go You Airlines related books line this shelf. The history of Go You Airlines. The future of Go You Airlines. The present day of Go You Airlines. Miss Meal, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the recent Grand Festival Splatfest that happened in Splatoon 3 over the weekend.
I don't know what that is.
It was really good. It was like a real music festival. The theme was past versus present versus future. The 7 wonders of Go You. Fight on, Go You Airlines. Working name, You Go Airlines. You Go You, heart emoji. The titles make it very clear they won't be making the top sellers list anytime soon.
That's it. That's literally it. Okay, give me middle shelf.
The glass on this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank. But it's a bit odd that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards.
Oh, okay. Also, that progressed on its own.
Plus, the glass broke rather cleanly.
Okay, so the glass broke pretty cleanly and only went to the outside. Then what I'm thinking could have happened is that it wasn't broken into on purpose. It's that the airplane went through some turbulence and that caused the statue to fall out because it's really heavy. And that's what broke the glass. And then maybe the murderer decided to use it as a murder weapon, or perhaps it was an accidental murder. Ooh. What if the guy fell down and then when the turbulence happened and then the statue fell out of the doorway and then he was killed by accident and then whoever found it was like, oh no, it's gonna look like I'm the murderer, and then they had to frame Edgeworth.
What is it?
I touched the glass and it cut my finger. It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth.
Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own.
That's it. Okay.
Deduce! Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Yeah, it's probably this, right?
Eureka! There is definitely something very unusual about this.
About what?
If the killer had broken the glass to get the Captain Hugo Bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that. It do be like that.
However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case.
Oh, no, there isn't.
Which means that the glass was broken from the inside out. I deduce that there was a very tiny person inside, and they wanted to break their way out of their glass prison. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass.
Yeah, that's for sure. So much glass all over the floor.
I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at that time too.
Huh? That's nice.
Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Hugo Bank from here after the turbulence. Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Meal, and listen when I'm talking.
What?
Wario!
Waluigi! If we already have Wario in this case, does that make her Waluigi? Waluigi!
But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon.
Ah, good point. So maybe the bank's not the real murder weapon?
Yes, at this point, that is a very real possibility.
But then what if one of the killer wants to take Captain Hugo, broke the glass by accident?
The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely.
Yeah, but there's one person who could have.
Oh, and who would that be?
Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of the place, so she has the keys to everything.
Miss Rhoda Tenero, huh?
Somebody is trying to frame Ms. Rhoda. Oh, I can look at this again? Can I put some thoughts together? Spoken during the murder. Suitcase. Turbulence. I feel like this is a stretch. I mean, obviously the turbulence probably caused the suitcase to roll, but I have no idea what the connection to the rest of this case is. So it might be a stretch to connect these two now. It might be that I have to update another piece of evidence first, but because the health bar seems really big, I'll take my chances and just put these together and see if it fits. I might be, okay. I was worried I was like one step ahead and it would have been, no, that's wrong.
Yes, there is definitely something wrong here.
What was I yelling?
Tell me, Miss Meal, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases?
Almost sure. They totally ooze strange. Like the color and stuff.
That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention.
You're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sorry. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I just realized? One of the suitcases has blocks on it to stop it from moving, and the other one doesn't. I wonder why that is. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? But I guess they take after their creator.
Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Meal. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind. I'd sooner find an answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. I must inspect every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous.
I wonder how Miss Rhoda would react if she heard what you just said. What's wrong?
She makes a good point. It would be wise of me to watch what I say out loud.
Oh, also, here's a cute little detail. The thing on the little table on the left also is bolted down to the floor, so it doesn't fall over. That's cute. Oh, and the vase that's on top of it is like part of the desk. Oh, it's so clever.
What's this? I've spotted something that's not quite right. What is so unusual about this suitcase?
Is it that there aren't any chalks underneath? Question is, do I need to point out the chalks? I think I do.
Take that! Take that! This is what is so odd.
How is that strange? Oh, that's rude.
I mustn't overthink this. I should let the answer come to me.
Yeah, I know. I just wasn't sure because it was like, well, if you point at the wheels, then it's like, what do you mean? What's wrong? They're just wheels. So I was thinking it would be like, oh, you have to point at the chalks to be like, there are no chalks.
Take that! Take that! There's something very peculiar about these wheels.
Huh?
As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence could have sent it flying.
And?
Sigh. And so it was very likely that the suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we?
Oh, is something inside of here? Oh, wait, is this someone's actual suitcase? Oh, wait, I can zoom in and out. Oh, hello. Oh, no, that's the price tag. $1,200? Also, this is disgusting. Oh my god, it's Zaboomafoo. Look at this creature. This creature walks up to you and looks at you like this. What do you do?
Hello, it's me, Father.
$1,200 price tag. Not exactly priced by someone with a conscience, I'd say.
That's it. Tell me about the creature, Edgeworth. What do you think?
This was apparently designed by Miss Tenero herself. The design has a certain je ne sais quoi about it. Yes, perhaps that is the best way to put it.
That's it. Wheels. Oh, hello. Is one of these wheels... Oh, it's blood! Wait, can I look inside of it?
It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside.
Oh my god, there's even more.
A piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood.
Ah, it's blood!
It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to a murder after all. Investigation complete!
Why did you say that, Mr. Edgeworth? So, explain this to me. I guess we could have just inspected any part of this. I can't look at it anymore. So if I looked at the wheel, he would have been like, there's blood here too!
What does a suitcase have to do with a murder?
I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used this suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps?
But aren't you just talking about a cloth then?
That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used this suitcase to transport is...
The body? Is that suitcase really big enough to hold the body? This guy? Can I just say this? Nope. This guy?
Take that! Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it?
Jesus Christ, George, I'm an organizer. Look, I'm an organizer.
Wait, I want to look at it. I want to look at it. I can also look at this wheel.
What's this? The wheel is completely covered in something. This color and this scent appears to be the substance in question is grape juice.
Oh, yeah. Because it rolled over the puddle of grape juice after the murder occurred.
But why would there be juice on the wheel of a suitcase?
They moved... So they used the suitcase to transport the body to the elevator. And then the turbulence happened. And then the grape juice spilled. And then they brought this back to the gift shop. And then the statue was out of the cabinet because the turbulence already happened. And then they brought the statue back to the scene of the crime. I think I have that. I think I have it. How do you manage to cram a body in there? Very carefully. Yeah, like this feels too small for the body. Can I look at the stuff inside or do I have to look at the other thing?
Why would there be blood inside a suitcase like this? Why would there be blood on a cloth like this?
Wait, is that, am I crazy or is this like a pattern that the other guy has on him?
This cloth was most likely in here with the body. Just what was the suitcase used for?
Oh! Oh, look at this! Look at this, look at this, look at this! Oh, it's the fabric of his hat! Interesting. So, who is the murderer here? Was it really the guy? I guess it could have been the guy if he was the only witness of, like, Edgeworth moving around the plane. It feels like the way this is set up, it had to have been Cammy Meal. But, like, I mean, how else would the guy's hat have gotten in there?
What? In the light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else. Which means that the murder was committed in an entirely different location.
Oh, here's actually another theory. What if this is a murder on Orient Express?
No spoilers!
What if this is like a murder on Orient Express where everybody did it?
So, you're saying after moving the body in the elevator, Keller brought the suitcase in here and just left it?
Exactly. What is it?
Nothing. Just, I was thinking about what Miss Rose said about coming here.
Like, see, every time she opens her mouth, it feels like she knows, and she's trying to frame Rhoda Tenero.
Duh.
Every time and look at that smarmy smile on her face. She looks so evil.
Excuse me, Mr. Edward.
Oh, it's her. What voice did she have again? Just like airplane announcer?
I wanted to give you a bit more time, but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but the captain feels that he has allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate if you could wrap it up here and return to your seat.
I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation complete.
Why did you say that? We're in the middle of talking.
The crime scene may become contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the two sites. Under your supervision, of course.
If that's your only condition, then I believe we can accommodate your wishes.
Did you watch the Ace Attorney movie? You mean oh, she bowed. You mean the live action Japanese movie? Yes, I actually have seen it. I actually have seen it, and I've seen the scene where I don't know why they did, like, it's only the first 3 games, right? Like, the movie only encompasses or not the first 3 games, just the first game. The movie only encompasses the first game, right? But, like, they have the Blue Badger show up for one scene, and then he falls over and you find out there was no one inside the Blue Badger suit. Like, what was that? Why did a ghost show up? Why did a Blue Badger demon ghost show up in a game that the Blue Badger wasn't in?
I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth.
They're really trying to go to their way to make it look like literally anyone could have done it.
Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together.
I found proof that the real crime scene was not in the lounge. And I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Meal reminded me about Miss Tenero, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come out.
Here we go. Second half of the case to be continued. Ooh, it's such a good save screen sound. I love that they have a different save jingle in every game. Digivixen, hello, welcome. Yeah, this is really good. Oh my God, we're here. Oh my God, who is that? It's this freaking guy. Does anybody remember this guy? It's Salmonella, the director of the Steel Samurai, whose entire gimmick is he's an awful otaku. Oh. This is a really good case so far. It seems like they're setting up a lot of people to be like plausible suspects, which I think a lot of, especially the early Ace Attorney games, kind of, it usually felt pretty obvious who the villain was, even with case 1-4, where they set it up to be like, did Edgeworth do it? As soon as like halfway through the case, you're like, oh my God, I obviously know who it is. But like we're at a to be continue point in this case, and it's still surprisingly less clear than I expected. Because every time I interact with a character, it's like, oh my God, they must be the murderer. And then we go through an argument section, and then they introduce me to another character. And it's like, oh my God, she sounds super evil. It's gotta be her. And then you get a new piece of evidence, and it's like, well, I guess it could be anyone now, right? Oh yeah, shouldn't Salmonella be in jail? Like, he literally assisted and abated a murderer. That's not a crime in Japanifornia? I missed this line.
I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the...
I like got confused by that sentence.
I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Mr. Nero and Miss Mill, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Mr. Nero in private. So I'm left wondering, just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did?
Oh yeah, that's also weird. The fact that there's no Franziska von Karma so far, and her silhouette was in the thumbnail of the case. That's so true. I forgot that she was like foreshadowed in the thumbnail. Oh, you know whose theme this is? Fun fact, so this is actually both Edgeworth's and Franziska von Karma's theme. Bam, 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 ba-da-ba-da. And also, she's like the only person that calls him Miles Edgeworth. Like, full name. Oh, da-da-da. I miss this theme. It was so good in game 2 when you see Edgeworth for the first time. And also when they used it when Franziska burst into the courtroom with the final 3 pieces of evidence that you needed. Oh, I'm so excited. Can you do a Russian? She's not Russian. She's, well, technically in the Japanese version, she's supposed to be American. But in this, she's supposed to be German. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Franziska von Karma.
Franziska, I thought you were still in Germany.
I go where I am needed, and wherever there are criminals to be caught.
Her name is Franziska von Karma, the daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor, except she is also allowed to bring a weapon into the courtroom, of which I am not.
Ah, Franziska. You know what I was okay, here's... So in the main series, I really like Franziska von Karma. I feel like the problem I had with her story in the main series is that, like, they set it up for her to get a lot of character development, and I guess she kind of got character development between game 2 and 3. But like the way they ended the story in game 2, it was like, oh, she has a lot to learn. She has a lot of room to grow. She still has her little grudge with Edgeworth, her sibling grudge with Edgeworth. And then at the end of the game, she had like a little monologue to herself where she was like, I will meet you again, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and I will give you this gift, this last piece of evidence. And then that was never brought up. And then she never, like, she interacted with Phoenix when she was his quirky weird girl assistant for that one case. But like, it felt like she didn't really get any closure with her character arc. She just kind of was a good guy for that one case, and then that was her last appearance ever. So I'm really glad we get to see her again for these 2 games, because I feel like she needed a little bit more closure, and I was disappointed with her ending in the main series. I just really like Francisca.
Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are.
Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest.
What?
She said she would give it to him when she was worried. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, that's why I was disappointed, is because they didn't really continue her character arc into the next game. So she didn't end up really being worthy to give him that final piece of evidence and to complete her character arc. And that would have been fine if they continued it into the other games, but she still, other than these 2 games, but which I'm sure she'll actually have a lot of character development in, is that like in the main series, she never shows up again, ever. And she's referenced maybe like once or twice. So it's like, oh, we'll meet again, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and I'm going to complete my story arc. You'll see, one day I'll come back 10 years into the future, but I haven't been mentioned yet. Oh, Ace Attorney 7, what's that? I don't think we're going to get that game. Capcom doesn't want me to ever see the light of day. Neither do they want Mr. Scruffy Detective Dick Gumshoe to show up ever again. It's quite frustrating, actually. That's like her whole... That's how she ends her whole rant. It's quite frustrating, actually. I want to be in another main series game. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame?
Wait! It has all been a big misunderstanding! I didn't kill the victim!
A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death.
She was like mentioned in Spirit of Justice. I think she was also mentioned in Apollo Justice once. I think she was also mentioned in Dual Destinies once, when someone was like, I've met a prosecutor with a whip before, but this guy has a sword, and that's crazy. And that's like the only time she's ever mentioned. Yeah, I'm glad they're like actually doing something with this game, because now they can do some more stuff with Francisca von Karma in the future. I love their shared theme song. You wait. Oh yeah, I read that.
Francisca, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? We've already been through one case where I did this.
I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I've investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then.
That's as it should be. Innocent until proven guilty in the land of America.
Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for.
Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together?
I have to get going. The crime scene awaits.
Ah, her sprite is so cute.
Don't you dare leave town. I will get my revenge on you, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Trust me, I had no intention to.
Detective
Oh my god. Also, she called him Gumshoe and not Mr. Scruffy Detective.
Yes, sir.
Ah, there he is.
The name's Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Too slow.
Ah! Oh, I'm a little baby. Ow!
Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand?
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him? The name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm supposed to guard him?
A simple yes or no, detective.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me.
Miles Edgeworth. If you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me, bow. Goodbye.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth. Sir, boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Thank you, Detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Francisca is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you.
Oh my god! Wait, what? Why do we have this investigation music? Oh, is it because Franziska's here, so we're doing the investigation music from that game? Yeah, I love like conversations with Franziska. I feel like she was annoying when I first played the game. And then I played it again and I was like, oh man, I love their sibling dynamic. She's so cute. I also love when she's, I love when she's Phoenix's quirky weird girl partner for the one case. And that's also why I love Princess Rafa when she's the partner. Because you like have this sort of semi-antagonistic weird girl instead of like the just kind of happy-go-lucky friendly kind of dumb girl. Which every single other Ace Attorney teenage girl is.
I can't believe there's no one manning the counter when a murder has just occurred. What if I want to buy a plane ticket? How dare you? What a view of the planes preparing for takeoff. Besides the turbulence, they're really not all that bad as a mode of transportation.
Talk to me, kid.
This
Edgeworth when he's standing right behind a child.
This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of many planes.
Wow, I love to take a run down that runway.
Oh, the youth of today. I'm pointing at you, Mr. Salmonella. So much potential, yet so misguided.
Talk to me, weird guy. Awful person. The worst creature ever imagined.
Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before. Nom nom nom.
Oh my god. 2004 called. They want their memes back.
And Soviet Russia, world flags, lump boxes, eat Jew.
Emoji. Ah! God, he's so awful. Did you know that the Salmonella's Japanese? First of all, Salmonella describes how awful he is. Fun fact, his Japanese name translates directly to annoying otaku. Let me look it up again. Salmonella. Like he was made to be the worst. Yeah, it's Uzai Takuya. Uzai means annoying, and Takuya comes from otaku. Literally designed to be the worst person imaginable.
Oh, found it, lol.
Imagine spelling lol like that in year 2027 or whenever this comes out.
Oh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000 lols. For my next leap movie, it's gonna be the Steel Samurai, Warrior of New Old Tokyo, versus the World Samurai, Champion of Earth. It's gonna rock source so many box sores.
Stop! No! I'm in pain! This is how I feel. Oh, the pain. Oh yeah, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. I can't believe this man had to make this man of all people had to make a Dragon Ball reference.
So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. This is something that I can be excited about.
That's all he cares about, not the awful, disgusting weirdo in front of him.
This man was in first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. I did it! I made it the whole flight! I'm not scared of turbulence anymore! He must be pretty scared. He's repeating the same thing over and over to himself.
Tell me about lunchboxes. Tell me about bento boxes. Traditional American bento boxes. Never seen. Yeah, I always thought that was weird. Like it was passed around as being a elite speak word, but I literally have no idea what the context is. I've never seen anyone actually use it unironically, and I don't know what it's supposed to mean to this day. I don't know what Roxor's Boxors means. I guess Roxor's is probably just a corruption of rocks, right? This Roxor's. I don't know what Boxors means.
Lunchland.
Oh, Angel Star reference.
Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops. What should I go with?
I recommend our airport special, World Flags lunchboxes.
Oh. Is that why he was thinking Samurai of the World for his movie? He just got it from the lunchbox name?
We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags.
I wonder if they're aiming to take Lunchland to the international market?
Tell me about this plant. Dick! Initial investigation.
So, how is the initial investigation going?
We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. We're taking statements now, sir.
That sounds like Franziska. She was always good at quick responses to a case.
I'd say she was a little too quick, sir.
Oh, how so?
I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kinda creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something, and had come in advance to await your flight's arrival.
That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America.
Guys, we're in America.
There must be some backstory to all of this. Come, Dick Gumshoe, let us partake in a traditional American bento box.
You got it, sir. I love the hamburger ones. They're easy to eat with my American chopsticks. Ms. Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain...
Oh yeah, also, doesn't this take place like a month right after the last case of the third game? So she went on at the end of the game, she went on the plane back to Germany, and then she came here for some reason?
Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident.
No details?
It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir.
Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her wit. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine.
Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate.
Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh.
Boop, send it. Oh, who are you? Oh my god, are we really adding another character to this case? Oh, whoops, it's on autoplay. Oh my god, it's the captain.
So, you must be the captain. Why, yes I am. And who might you be? Hi, I'm the prodigy prosecutor, Franziska Von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain, get friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do. I'm gonna turn against the wall. Blair Witch style. I watched that movie on the plane here. What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy.
I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person.
Captain is. Oh my god, he is Roger Craig Smith. I wasn't even trying to do a Roger voice.
Sure you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir?
He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I'd like to leave that type of witness to Franziska and her wit.
Oh, goodbye. Okay, I guess we're gonna. Oh wait, that's him. Oh god. So we're just gonna completely ignore that, and we're gonna talk to this guy.
Now see here!
I have to like get back into the Wario voice.
Wario! Now see here!
He like has a toothy voice. Like he always talks with his teeth open. He's like, ha ha ha.
Sorry, I'm sorry! How long did you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal. I told you!
Mr. LeBlanc,
Oh, it is you! Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money! Wah! I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend!
oh, hello. Vaguely exotic music. Oh, hello, interesting.
Looks like we can't go beyond here, sir.
plus the body has been sent off to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy.
Okay, talk to me, guy. Actually, talk to me.
Sir, you can't go in there! I'm Miles Edgeworth. I am one of the prosecutors on this case, so please let me through. I'm very sorry, sir. No one's allowed to enter without Ms. Von Karma's express permission. But I'm on the case. Yes, I understand that, but I also have explicit instructions not to let you through from Ms. Von Karma. Why would you do this to me, Franziska?
I just like making your life harder, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. It's very funny.
Did you study French? A little. Not enough to be good.
Did you finish taking your statement yet?
Yep, all done, sir. I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back.
Oh, hello, sir.
If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay.
Art? What sort of art?
Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small. From full costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts.
Folk costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat! If you didn't notice Mr. LeBlanc's hat, it will be of relevance in 2 seconds.
Remember when I pointed this out? Oh wait, I can examine that. Oop.
For there to be this much blood on this piece of cloth, was the victim wrapped in it at some point? There's something very familiar about this fabric pattern. I'm going to point it out every time we look at one of the 2 things. That way, the player will know what to do.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
It kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. I don't know if you needed a hint, player, but I would like you to present that piece of evidence, yes? Scroll on over, it's right there. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Oh, it's a Borginian cloth.
As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose?
Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous. Orders come in from over the seas for more.
Ooh.
Then this is the cargo hold you were talking about earlier?
No. My cargo this time is much many gigantic. You detective, when can I have my cargo moved? You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal. The stubbornness of your police, it is no good. And it is no good that the attendant refuses to exit the attendance room too.
That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tenero.
Interesting. Rhoda Tenero.
What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
She was taken into the attendance room for her interview. And then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her.
Why is Miss Tenero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time?
Are they implying he made that hat on the plane? Maybe it's just another cloth that happens to be made out of hat.
Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you?
Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room?
Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances.
I understand.
You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth.
Oh my god, argument! Let's go. I'm excited to get into an argument with Franziska.
Bam, bam. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here, in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect.
The likeliest suspect, Franziska?
Do you have a problem with that?
No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute.
I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend?
Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue with my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast. Otherwise, the timer will run out and the bomb will go off.
Let's not complicate things.
No, tell me what the most obvious conclusion is.
Hold it! Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit?
I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes.
Hey, you say that like you're cooking a pack of instant noodles. 3 ow!
I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence.
I see she hasn't changed a bit. But I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily.
Sure, the crime was here.
Hold it! So tell me, Franziska, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene?
I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you.
And nothing more?
Are you saying there is more I need to know?
Why did you whip me, sir?
Sorry, Scruffy. My hand must have slipped.
I like when she calls him Scruffy. It's a really cute pet name.
It would appear that Franziska doesn't have all the facts of this case yet.
Oh, do I have to just present the evidence? Wait. The time the victim was called, his body was found. And the person in this lounge the entire time was you. Whoops. I forget what evidence I had to say what time. Let me look at this. Is that what I have to do? B. Hicks was there. Act B. Hicks was there in his seat when we took off at 5 a.m. I think that was it. I forgot what she said. Wait. whatever. I'll go back after this.
Under the circumstances, I suppose I can agree that I am the most likely suspect.
But I believe in you, sir. I don't think you did it. Miss Von Karma's gotta believe that too, right? I mean, you two are like siblings. Ow! Ah, my back!
Quiet, Scruffy. Even if we were related by bloods, that's no guarantees that he's not a criminal. Mein Papa was a criminal, after all.
Franziska.
I demand to see some proofs that you are not the guilty party.
A likely suspect, huh? What a roundabout euphemism. But it would appear that she doesn't yet know about the new evidence that we acquired and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps in her logic one hole at a time.
Okay, so that's what they wanted. I was thinking, from the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant, I don't remember when they actually said he called for an attendant. Anyway, which statement is this?
Only person is unmistakably makes you as a likely suspect.
Time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found. The only person was... Hold it! Whoops, I didn't mean to press that. Wait, which case do they want me to present this on? Which statement do they want this to present? Thank you, Toki. I cannot play this game without your voiceover. Oh, thank you so much.
I will consider not striking you as my whip of justice.
Is this the one?
Objection! It appears that this is the wrong statement. This piece of evidence perfectly exposes the flaw in your logic.
Oh, well then why don't you show me how it does just that? Go on.
Oh, I bet it's this part, right? This conflicts with something, right, sir?
You have no idea what you're talking about, do you?
Detective Gumshoe, don't speak up when you don't know what you're talking about.
Ouch, I was just trying to follow your lead, sir.
That you would allow a subordinate to take over. You're a disgrace. I'm giving you a penalty. Now your health bar goes down and not Mr. Scruffy Detective. You see, his health bar is still full.
Hold it! Hold it! While it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time, that fact alone does not make me the criminal.
Objection! Ha! We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation. However, there is one thing that even you must admit at this time.
Taken out of the display case in the in-flight shop after the turbulence. Was this it? I'm not sure. He's transport the body. We have like a few different pieces of evidence. Objection! Is it this one? I'm not sure like what statement they want me to present things on too. Because I think I have an idea of what they want me to do. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you. What did I have? Boom, ba 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 bam. Are we supposed to be implying that it didn't take place in the lounge? The only person in this lounge was you. Scene was here. This is it. Okay. The scene was here. Like gift shop. This is used to transport the body. Objection! There it is. Okay. I just wasn't, I knew what they wanted me to do. I just wasn't sure what parts of the evidence and what parts of the testimony they wanted me to connect. I like forgot the specific wording of this. The scene of the crime was here in this very lounge. Got it.
It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all.
Is Franziska doing this to Miles's revenge for her daddy. No, I mean kind of. Well, no. Okay, here's the thing. She has like her character arc. So at the beginning of I don't like want to explain the whole game, but like at the beginning of the game she's introduced in, they make you think she's getting revenge on Phoenix Wright for putting her father in prison. But by the end of the game, you realize or you find out that this is part of her sibling rivalry relationship with Miles Edgeworth, and that she's sad and angry that Miles Edgeworth moved to America and moved on without her, leaving her alone, because she's like the younger sibling. And Manfred von Karma is a terrible father. So he like left and moved on without her and left her alone with her awful parent. And that's like part of her story. And it's really sad. And they never really concluded it as good as I wanted them to.
I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location! The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection! Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions?
Excuse me?
All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth.
I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily.
You should know better than that. Von Karma is perfect in every way.
I love this music.
But did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection! As if there is proof of that.
Where is the proof that the suitcase was moved around? Take that!
The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator.
Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Where is the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here? Take that! This mark here, wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels?
I suppose.
Further, there is also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here.
I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else.
I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Objection! Not so fast! This still doesn't put you in the clear, not by a long shot.
Here we go, Francisca's Logic Part 2.
You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence. No, that's wrong! And then you waited for the victim in the lounge, where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body.
Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought up on the fly.
Just what are you insinuating?
That I will show you that I am also German. That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is.
I guess technically he probably was raised in Germany too, right? So it's, you know, this is why I hate British Edgeworth thing. Like, he's posh, but also he was raised in quote unquote Germany with Franziska. So if anything, he would probably have closer to a German accent. I think he's just posh.
No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop.
Oh, I'll give you one fell swoop. I kind of want to hear all her dialogue, but also, which piece of evidence is this? I was wondering if I had like the glass display case in here.
Objection! The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared.
Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who stand in a courtroom must learn to master.
But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix?
Fake?
This Captain Hugo piggy bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon.
What?
The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important, and it was taken after the turbulence had occurred.
But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that?
I assume it was added after the murder, when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence.
Oh my god, the Shadow Man did it!
After exiting the elevator, the Shadow Man brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick up the bank from the floor and walk through walls as Shadow Men are wont to do. Then the Shadow Man took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head.
Oh, wait, okay. I assumed that it was a different blunt force object and they just dipped it in blood. But maybe, I guess it would have to be that's... Okay, crazy theory. Okay, here's what it is. Here's what it is. Cammy Meal is the murderer because she poisoned his drink and brought it to him. And then maybe he was feeling sick, so he went to the bathroom and then he died in there, and then she went to pick up the body and then brought it over here and fabricated the murder weapon.
Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks.
You there?
Yes, ma'am.
Other than this piggy bank, was there anything else resembling a murder weapon found?
We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence. And the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood.
That's why I think it was poison. It was poison chamomile chamomile tea from Cammy Meal. That's my theory. Pretty sure the Shadow Man's from an audiobook I'm listening to. Oh yeah, I did also forget. So that's one of the reasons why I was sus of Cammy earlier, was because she's... I don't know if they explained it, but she speaks Borginian. So it's possible that she's half Borginian, which I guess does explain where she would have gotten the cloth. Or maybe she's an ambassador of Virginia or something, I don't know. But that's still a direct relation to the Borginian half of this case, where the murder victim is also Borginian. Reminds me of the Dark Figure Detective Conan, so true. I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end.
But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir. Eek!
If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth.
Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage.
Can I examine her doll? Can I look at the doll?
Or is still at the real crime scene.
Objection! There's one more possibility.
And that would be...
that the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon.
But didn't we Hold it!
Let me finish! The killer took the bank out from the display. Doesn't she have a hold it line? Was that not her? Doesn't she have a hold it voice line? No, she doesn't have a hold. I forgot the only reason they have hold it voice lines is because if you're playing as the defense attorney, you say hold it when you press. That's so weird. They should have given her more voice lines. By opening the lock on the display case door. I missed this. The display case. And it was at that time the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see. So that means that the killer had the key to the display case.
Franziska, the person you're talking about.
Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin.
I'm trying to think of like... I was gonna come up with a snappy one-liner, but I couldn't think of any other biblical sins right off the bat.
The murderer also committed adultery. She tricks the captain into an illegitimate relationship and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her.
Yes?
Very well, permission granted. But only if I can sit in on your interrogation. I want to be your quirky weird girl sidekick for this part of the case. Do we understand each other? I'm also going to be interjecting every once in a while.
I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany if you so wish.
Miss Ternero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
I want to talk to you.
You hurry and absolve your murder. If you do not, how am I supposed to have my cargo returned to me?
If you could please be patient just a little longer, Mr. LeBlanc.
Hurry and solve it like a strike of thunder.
It's as fast as lightning, and believe me, if I could, I would.
Whoop. I like how fast. Oh my god. Why does she have a diagram of herself?
Professional style. Professional dancing.
Oh, I like how that you can tell from the state of the beds whose bed is whose. Oh yeah, also the state of... That's cute. I like... Wait. Okay. Oh, it was definitely Cammy. It was definitely Cammy. Okay. Here's how you can tell. Okay, check this out. So in the bottom right corner, there is one suitcase. Presumably, both flight attendants each had one of those suitcases for their own personal belongings. And maybe Cammy had to quickly take all the things out of her suitcase, which is why all her stuff is messy. Ooh. Oh. And that was the suitcase used to carry the body.
So you're the ones that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission? Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming of you, you know? What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that?
Miss Ternero?
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too.
Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did?
All right.
Ooh. What if Cammy has some history with the dead guy? I think... I'm trying to think what... I feel like it's some sort of conspiracy. This has to be like a Borginian conspiracy. This is some cool new music, by the way. Like, what does this picture have to do with anything? Is it really just the phone? So something special was on that phone. This is like a spy thing. This is like a secret spy story. Okay, tell me about professional... Oh, hello. Oh, that's that entrance. I thought we came in through this door. Tell me about professional style.
What exactly is this panel for?
Ah, that's the emergency control panel for the elevator. We use it to stop the elevator on the first floor and to keep its doors open.
No, I want to look at this. I want to look at professional style! Button. That's funny. It says to button up, but Cammy explicitly does not button up. Tell me about this. Wait, tell me about this. I don't like that I can't look at any of the posters.
So these are the attendants' lockers, huh? Let's hurry up and examine them, sir.
Why must men always be so rude? Besides, who exactly gave you permission to search through the attendants' lockers?
Wait, detective! It would be uncouth of us to look in a woman's locker without her permission.
Yeah, I guess so. Plus, I feel this murderous draft and I can sense a whip not far behind.
It's one of those suitcases designed by Miss Ternero. You can tell it's hardly ever been used by the lack of even a single scratch on it. Interesting. And what are inside these boxes?
Oh, those are some souvenirs I bought in Virginia.
There's so many! There's even a second box!
Well, yes, I find that folk art from around the world does great things for my creativity.
Those suitcases certainly could have done with a whole lot less of your creativity.
Bum, bum.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to like either this or the other one being Tenero's personal luggage, and then whichever one the other suitcase is Cammy's. It could be something like I'm like trying to predict whatever the plot twist is. It could be like Cammy switched what was inside each of the suitcases. That could be it. Maybe she like hid all of Tenero's things, and then she took all of her things out of her own suitcase and put it in Tenero's suitcase. And that's why there was the Borginian cloth left over, because she forgot to take that out. That might be it. And then that's how we proved that it was Chamomile instead of Tenero.
What is all this junk inside all these boxes? There's no rhyme or reason to any of it.
That's our lost and found, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gold crowns and swords and necklaces! It's like a treasure trove in here, sir!
The fact that these were left on the plane implies they were carried onto it to begin with. Something tells me it's time for Goyu to send its metal detectors out for repairs.
Tell me about these beds.
It's pretty easy to tell who sleeps in which bunk just by looking. I'm almost certain that the well-kept one up top belongs to Miss Tenero.
Ew, this bottom one is one giant mess!
You sloven, squalid scoundrel of a man! You dare to scrutinize a woman's bed and invade her privacy!
Yo!
Sigh. There are some things in life best kept to yourself, Detective.
Is there something else I can look at?
There's sure to be a clue of some sort in this trash can. Detective Gumshoe, if you please.
Yes, sir. You just leave the rummaging to me.
Scruffy, how dare you go through a woman's trash without her permission? Have you no sense of honor?
Heeks, I'm sorry. I'm just doing what Mr. Edgeworth told me to do. Wow!
Forgive me, Detective.
I stole the cargo hold, but I can't do without Miss Falcone's permission.
That's not a bad way to handle this situation if it was any old case, but this isn't.
So between you and Miss Von Karma, who's better at their job?
Oh, there's no comparison to be made, Detective. None.
Well, go on, let's hear a troublesome attendant out.
In due time, I do have one thing I'd like to ask you.
Yes?
Do you plan to continue using that whip for the foreseeable future?
Of course! I've wrangled many a testimony out of people thanks to it.
Yeah, probably a whole ton of yelps too. Wow!
And I'm willing to bet that the majority of them came from you, Detective.
Okay, here we go. Captain's permission.
Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
Listen, she just wants to protect a fair maiden's decency. Franziska stands for all women.
Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission.
What do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears and eyes for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends.
In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Tenero, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well,
Why the sudden hesitation? Franziska seems to have struck a nerve.
all I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Was it perhaps for murder reasons? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Mr. Nero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing.
There are many things we could ask her about. What about this?
If you could please take a look at this for me, Mr. Nero.
Oh, that suitcase.
Yes, about this suitcase. You are the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase?
Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcase I had designed was selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see it was the last one.
It was the last one there. That means she was there. When she was there, she saw that there was only one. Okay, so I am right. The other suitcase was from here, and it was either Cammy's or Tanera's, and she took it to use it to hide the body. Because there was, if what she's saying is true, and I think it probably is, that means there was only one suitcase for sale. That's also why there weren't any floor chalks to stop that suitcase from rolling around. Because that one wasn't for sale. It was only put there after the murder.
The last one there.
Here we go.
So you're saying, Mr. Nero, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes, they're just so popular. They're practically flying off the shelves. I'm lying.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
What if the photo was taken by Cammy and the phone has a picture of her on it? Maybe. I guess that makes sense. But I guess we still have no idea what their actual relationship is. If it was like an actual thing or if it was strictly professional. Or if like this was an accidental murder. Or maybe he accidentally took a picture of her during the flight. I don't know. I think there's still a lot we don't know about the victim in order to make those kinds of judgment calls.
The one in the shop is definitely the last one.
Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase.
Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one.
I didn't say anything about buying it.
Then say you'll buy it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. Guarantee it personally as a service professional.
Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous.
What?
Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on. My tissue with the suitcase isn't the design. It's the number of them remaining.
Remaining?
There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated.
2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only one. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only one suitcase left.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Mr. Nero,
Oh, yeah, here we go. That's why we inspect the room first.
What is one of those suitcases doing here?
That's...
I thought you said there was only one left.
That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
She's used it for a long time. I think not.
So this still has the price tag on it. This one had the price tag on it too, didn't it? This one still has the price tag on it. So these two had the price tag on them? Curious. Curious. Oh, wait. Am I crazy? I rotated this and like it looked like the text. Yeah. The text is like slightly off the model. So that is weird. Is she lying? Why do both of these still have the tag on them?
Miss Tenero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Miss Tenero says?
I wish I could look at the other one that's still at the crime scene. There's maybe that one is hers? It feels like a bunch of these were switched around. So maybe, I wonder if she is lying or if she's telling the truth and maybe the third suitcase was hers.
Tell me, Miss Tenero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase?
What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase?
Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me.
Or maybe it's just that she wanted to make them look like they were being purchased more, so she stole one.
Miss Tenero, I think I understand. I know what you were trying to hide. Now then, this suitcase was originally in first class.
I just want to get these wrong first, by the way.
It was originally in first class as part of a sales campaign. But the passengers were so engrossed in the movie that you brought it back here.
And what does that have to do with the case?
We should try to find that out. Isn't it our job to investigate these kinds of connections?
Then investigate it by yourself on your own time.
But I wanted to see what the funny dialogue was. I have to figure out where this suitcase came from. This suitcase was originally in here, the flight attendant's room.
So now you believe what I said about it being my personal suitcase?
No, not at all. It was here, but when it was taken to another location,
I refuse to stand by while a villainous man vilifies a woman with such vile tactics.
She's making me out to be some sort of supervillain.
I know where it was. I feel like this game, you get like a really big health bar in this game. So I'm more willing to get it wrong so I can see the funny dialogue than I am in the main series.
Seeing as how the price tag is still on this suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was obviously this guy.
Oops.
Take that! It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? I hate to say this, but this suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself.
You spent $1,200 on your own suitcase? $1,200. Wouldn't they be on sale? If they didn't. Yeah, that's why she spent $1,200?
Isn't that right?
Then, the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I'd finally accomplished something.
But the suitcases didn't sell.
It's because the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous.
I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. $1,200? For every single flight you worked? 50%. Even that is insane. $600? Every flight?
You buy one every single time you work a flight?
I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well.
Ooh, here we go. Yeah, no, look, she spent the total grand 1,200. That's insane. How much is 1,200 yen? 1,200 yen is $12. I feel like this is supposed to be expensive. I don't know if it would have been 1,200 yen.
Here's my receipt for that purchase.
This receipt is clearly time-stamped 5:40 a.m.
So you went there at 5:40 a.m. What was our time for the murder again? I forgot. Body found at 6:15. He's in his seat when we took off at 5 a.m. I forgot what we established as the actual time frame. Ba-da-ba-ding.
The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold.
Okay, wait. Hold up!
Wait one moment, Mr. Nero. I would like to inspect the receipt.
If you have any questions regarding this transaction, please contact us at GoU Airlines. No website, no phone number.
Just as Mr. Nero said, the timestamp says she bought the suitcase at 5:40 a.m.
Every time I see a receipt, I'm like, is there something on the back? $1,200 a piece per flight?
They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight.
Mr. Nero, where are these other suitcases?
Oh. Okay, so they got the other one from the cargo hold. They didn't take it from this room. She only bought one to bring here today, and the other ones are in the cargo hold. Wait! Wait! This one. Made a brief stop to transfer cargo and refuel at transfer point, which was in Zhengfa. Interesting. So something happened. It feels like there was an altercation in the cargo hold because whatever they picked up in cargo, I'm wondering if what happened was there's some sort of smuggling deal going on. Maybe this statue is actually going to be relevant. I thought the only point of this photo was to be for the phone, but maybe something about this statue is relevant. Maybe it's being smuggled or something. I don't know how you would smuggle that. But there's going to be cargo related to whatever's in this museum. Yeah. There was an altercation in the cargo hold, and this has something to do with Borginia, which is why we have so many Borginian residents in this case.
Then the suitcase the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to?
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body.
How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished for them to be.
Mr. Nero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
Song shares some note patterns with Mettaton's opera. Da, da, da. I need to wait for it to loop. Da, 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 da. Oh my love. Wait, what? Oh god, I swear I remember all the lyrics to Mettaton's opera. Oh my love. please run away. Monster King forbids your stay. Humans must live far apart, even if it breaks my heart. Something, I forget, whatever. Let's just finish this game.
And what about security?
That door has no special lock installed because just to enter this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to.
I think we know who the murderer is.
Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it. Hold it!
Yes, Franziska?
Going on these wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Karma name.
And what do you mean by that?
The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story.
Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their key card.
Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that's the only realistic possibility.
That other attendant, Miss Meal. I asked her earlier and she had this to say.
Franziska got information out of Miss Meal.
In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different key card is required. Okay. Yeah, no. Okay, so here's what happened. Cammy Meal murdered the victim inside the cargo hold due to some sort of smuggling deal gone wrong, put him in the suitcase, called for the captain, and asked the captain to use his captain card to go up the elevator, and then brought the suitcase to the other place and then set up the whole murder. Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card... Oh, god damn it. No, she stole the card from Miss Rhoda. Is you, Miss Rhoda Tenero, and only you. I assumed it was the captain. I feel like the captain has to factor into this somewhere.
What? Is this true, Miss Tenero?
Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times.
Could you please show us that card right now?
Yes, hold on. I don't believe it.
What's wrong?
The locker's still closed. The key card, it's gone.
Oh,
Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna slowly walk over here. I'm gonna stand here until you're done your conversation.
Mr. Edgeworth.
tap, tap, tap. Hold it!
No, Edgeworth, you're supposed to say hold it. What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face.
Franziska, I know that you were the lead investigator on this case. However,
Hold it! I don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules, and so do I. Two commitments what I'm thinking of.
Franziska, what is this?
Time to say it. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Have got to make you understand. Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. What if she's actually guilty? I don't think she is. I think it's definitely chamomile. It like all signs point to chamomile. You know the rules, and so do I. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. Not you. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise.
Oh my god, to be continued number 2. Hell yeah. Oh my god, we made it to another to be continued. And, oh, what a surprise. It's exactly on the dot at 2 hours. Isn't that great? I feel like the third part's gonna be the final bit of this case, so we're probably gonna be able to finish it really quickly next time, and then start on case 3. Oh, was I expecting Ghastly? Yeah. Oh yeah. My name is Franziska von Karma, and my favorite song is Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. I don't know any of his other songs, but I heard it recently on American radio, also known as YouTube. I love watching YouTube, Miles Edgeworth.
Franziska, you know that's a website. That's not American radio.
No, because I use it on my phone, and then I can turn my phone off. I had to purchase a premium so that I wouldn't get ads and I could listen to it while my phone was off. That's why it's basically the same thing as a radio.
Franziska, you know YouTube has been around since 2005, and this is the year 2027.
You're lying to me, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. I am the ultimate prosecutor. She starts crying. Anyway, I don't know why we went on that tangent. That is probably going to be everything for today. I'm really excited to get to the last part of this case next stream. Oh, I can't believe we're only just getting to the third case. And Zelda releases next week. And that means we only have like 3 more streams. I only have time for like 3 more streams before Zelda comes out. And then we have to start alternating between these. But yeah, thank you so much for coming. I think we definitely know exactly who the murderer is. I'm excited to see the resolution of that. I want to see what her relationship actually is to the victim and what the entire basis behind this case is. I also hope Franziska keeps on appearing throughout this whole game because she's in America now. She's in America in this case, and then the first case happens, and then she's probably still going to be here for the third case where we get to see her again, which I'm excited for. So, I will see you on Wednesday at the same Toki time, same Toki channel, and as always, Yasu Moriarty. Good night.